Welcome to the first World of Tanks annual art show, where we're going to be taking a look at Bobby McDooferson's Squibby Dib Dob. This paint job is fantastic for people that like the open... Okay, I'm going to stop. But yeah, I never expected to see a camouflage like this being added into World of Tanks Blitz, but... to be honest, I actually kind of like it. I didn't like it at first, but then when I actually got it on my tank and did a bit of an overview, it's not too bad. The front mountains kind of remind me of where I live, which is Colorado, so I really like that. The mountains are really cool. We got a UFO off to the side, so that's pretty fun. And then we got a dragon on the back having coffee and a donut. That one, it's not bad. The only one that I don't really get is the worm. Like, is it a worm the guy's what is this? It's like a little rat holding a worm. I don't know, but it still looks kind of cool. The whole camouflage, honestly, is not too bad. And the back, I didn't notice this at first, but the back is actually your Blitz garage. So it's pretty cool how they kind of combined your Blitz garage into a dragon and then into yeah, mountains. I mean, I bet this camo took a lot of time. So now I'm going to take some time talking about the AMX-31 Air, why it's a fantastic tank, but it's definitely been left behind a bit. The AMX has always been a bit lackluster in the penetration. Thankfully, it's a tier 9, so if you get a situation like this up against tier 8 opponents, your pen is fine because this is actually a tier 8 gun. It's the same type of gun as the AMX M449 at tier 8, so it's a fine gun. It's got 230 millimeters of standard pen and like 280 on the premium, so you'll still cut through any tier 8 heavies. It's really just against vehicles like Jagdpanzers and vehicles like the E100 that you physically can't pen. Not only is the turret impervious, but the lower plate is also not able to be penetrated unless you're using your gun depression aiming below it. That is definitely a bit of a struggle. Thankfully, the 30 has some magical things going for it. First of all, it's got great gun depression, 10 degrees. Not only does it have that 10 degrees, but it actually has great turret armor, which means that if you're using it hull down, you're basically impervious to any enemy opponent, as long as you don't show the hull and as long as you're not hit on the side of the turret. The sides are very weak, but yeah, hull down, this tank is a menace to try and penetrate. And finally, the tank is incredibly mobile. It's able to go, I think, upwards of 60 kilometers per hour, and it's not like it has bad DPM either. It's got around 2700. So the AMX-30 is a very solid tier 9 medium, and it's very comparable to the other tier 9 mediums on its DPM and penetration. So when it's got this great mobility plus hull down capabilities, I mean, what's not to love about the tank? It's also completely covered in spaced armor on the sides. I bet a lot of you have wondered why your HE doesn't penetrate the side of this vehicle. Yeah, that's because it does have spaced armor on the sides. So here we go. I'm pushing onto the side of this IS-6. Here we go. I thought, I'll finish off the WZ-121. Let's get the finishing shell in. I'm going to repair my dead ammo rack. And now let's aim it on this. Oh, wow. Would you look at that? My ammo rack gets damaged again. That's not really my ammo rack. That's my loader. But, yeah, that's just as bad as getting a dead ammo rack. Look how long my reload is. Ooh, that's such a rip. We're currently sitting at 1990 damage. And we're going to try and get out as much damage as I possibly can, even with a dead loader. So there you go. Nice snap into the side of the IS-6. We're up to 2161 damage. To break 3,000, we need about 3 shells, that's it. So we just need the pen 3 shells. Here we go. Here's 1 shell. Nice tap right into the front of the IS-6. Now I know the IS-6 isn't going to be worth my time, but we do have a full health yo off to the other side. We need 2 more shells to break 3,000 damage. Come on. 2 more seconds before we get our shot loaded in, and boom. Yes, there you go. And a nice ram. Would you look at that? With the ram, we were able to break 3,000 damage. So there you go. Even with a damaged loader, I was still able to make use of the very poor DPM. I'm currently sitting at probably around 2,000, maybe. It's bad. That's all there really is to say. The DPM is really bad right now, but we're up to 3,300 damage dealt, and, well, I don't think we're going to get another shell out, but I'm going to try reload. Reload! Yes! There you go. 3,490 damage in a game that I even had a damaged loader in. I really didn't think I was going to be able to get that much out, but there you go. So, not bad at all. We got a second class, and we even got 255 ramming damage. This tank, because it's so fast, and it's actually got some decent armor, is not bad at ramming its opponents. So that was our first game I played in it. I played a total of 3, and the second game wasn't as good as the first one, but I thought might as well show it anyways. This is the dead rail one. So what do we have on the enemy team? We've got a 50 TP, we got an E75, Standard B, T92E1, Tortoise, P44 Pantera, and a T54 Lightweight. Alright, well, let's see what the 31 has got going for us. I know that there's somebody that told me that's not how you pronounce the tank, but that's how I pronounce it. There's somebody out there that's going to be like, I'm going to get angry. Either way, we're going to push up towards base C. You can see that fantastic power to weight and top speed getting into position, keeping up with some of the other mediums on the game, like the FE301, by the way, which is a light tank. So there you go. We got the 92E1. Obviously, I don't want to be shot by that, so I'm staying in cover. Once the 92 backs up, there is some free damage. We got a Standard B. He pokes. I get an easy shell right into the lower plate. Nice. All right. Now, I will say one thing that you do got to keep in mind about this vehicle is that it may have very good DPM, but its alpha is not the highest. That was a 268 roll there, because this tank has tier 8 medium alpha. It's 310 damage a shot. So you do got to be a little bit careful when you are shooting your opponents that you don't get out traded. Even a tier 8 heavy is going to roll you for 400, and if you take that trade, you're probably going to lose it, judging that you still have less hit points than a tier 8 heavy. Yeah, heavy tanks are pretty strong when it comes to their heavy tank hit point pool, so you do got to be a little bit careful when poking them, when taking shots from them. You got to use your mobility and really only haul down capabilities if you want to beat your opponents. Now in front of you, we got a lightweight, and once again, I'm going to ram. Ooh, 202 damage, and then we finish him off with a nice tap. Again, ramming capabilities are not bad on this vehicle for how fast it is. You can also see the gun's accuracy is not bad. Easy shot is the Tortoise, and we're going to reload again. And yeah, let's get another shell right into the Tortoise's hatch. Easy. We're up to 2100 damage now, and let's see if we can get one more shell in. Yeah, look at that. Too bad my precision fire didn't kick off there, but hey, we're still up to 2500 damage, and all we need is one more penetration, or actually two more, to break 3000 damage. As you can see, even up against tier 8 opponents, this tank is very good at getting out damage. You might be saying, well, wouldn't it be easier against tier 8s? But no, not really. Tier 10s, you have a lot more hit points to farm off of, so I find it easier in a tier 9 game to fight tier 10s and get damage out. But as you can see, even in a tier 8 game where there are less hit points, this tank's mobility, DPM, and pretty good penetration are still able to take advantage of the enemy opponents, and there you have it. Finish off the enemy 50 TP prototype. So that was a 3026 damage game, all because I was able to ram that 54 lightweight. So I really like the 31er. Now the camouflage, not everybody's going to like it, and I don't think the camouflage is amazing. I would much rather have a camo like we have for the K91, which I absolutely love the K91 camo. I'll make a video on this tomorrow, but yeah, this camo is great. I do think this is great, but to be honest, I think that the 31er camo is really unique, and I really like it. I forgot to mention that the gun barrel is a sunset, so yeah, it's pretty cool. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and if you'd like to see more like it in the future, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. Bye-bye!